In March 2014, I dragged my buddy Sean to Alaska for a high-stakes gamble on the Northern Lights. We went all in on two locations, Chena Hot Springs near Fairbanks and the tiny village of Bettles inside the Arctic Circle. At the time, Bettles had a total population of just 36. Every household had a car, but they could only drive in circles around the village and its outskirts because there were simply no roads leading to the outside world. On the other hand, every family owned a plane. Word is the local kids learned to fly before they learned to drive. Savi, a young Swiss guy, was the dog sled operator for the season and was about to pack up and head home. He could rattle off the names of dozens of huskies in one breath, not forgetting to vent a little. This one is steady. That one refuses to be a leader no matter what. In Bettles, the Aurora Borealis is simply called the Lights, mostly because it usually appears to the south. When the lodge owner wanted to take her boyfriend to see the Brooks Range, we didn't hesitate. We jumped in and manually pushed her plane onto the runway for them. As the Aurora season wound down, we were the last men standing at the hotel and Savi's final customers of the year. What was usually a 30-minute dog sled experience turned into a 5-hour private tour for us. Our wallets bled dry for the sake of the dream. Huskies are born to run. The young ones have no concept of a break. If you let them run wild, they drag the older dogs to exhaustion on the spot. A true lead dog has to know exactly when to charge ahead and when to slack off. The original plan was to head out of the village to shoot the Aurora, but our indigenous guide totally flaked on us. He confessed the next day, "I got hammered last night and passed out by the side of the road. By the time I woke up, the sun was hitting my face." His compensation was hardcore, a meal of moose meat he'd hunted himself.
Okay.
Huskies hate the heat and have no sweat glands, so their favorite way to cool down is a full 360-degree roll in the snow. And to the guy calmly reading under the Aurora? Bro, you're something else. Savi fed the dogs meat broth to keep them hydrated and nourished. By the lakeside, we lit a bonfire, snacked, and sipped wine. The atmosphere was just right. At Chena Hot Springs, there's an ice museum with a bar where you can sip a drink from a glass carved out of ice. Later, while returning to the village via the riverbed, Savi's command was a split second too late. He had to jump off and act as a human steering wheel, physically dragging the dog team back on track. The scene was incredibly chaotic.
That's exciting.
On the trail, we took turns standing next to Savi as co-operators, and he had us shower the dogs with rainbow farts. Extravagant praise. Good job. Nice. Very good boy. The dogs were so hyped by the compliments, they instantly shifted into overdrive.
Oh, across the river. This is the river. Yeah.
At the small farewell bonfire before parting ways us, Sabi, and the temporary workers everyone was headed in different directions the next day. It had the melancholy vibe of a graduation dinner. It was my first time walking on an active runway, and my first time in a co-pilot seat. The pilot took pity on us and added a little drama to the flight by circling the Brooks range of perfect ending. It was worth every penny.